Hello, and in today's rather exciting episode of EBike Adventures, where we leave the car at work, climb on the retro-styled e-bike and go for an adventure. An adventure that otherwise would be quite awkward to do on an ordinary bike, most of it. Today I'm going to Crook Hill Wind Farm, which is just outside of Todmorden. And as I set off, you can see it straight away. It looks like it's not very far away, but it's not as easy to get to as you'd think. According to this, it's 7 miles away in 18 minutes, but that's in the car. By the lake, past Littleborough, up to the summit, and as far as Bottoms. That is where the Gordon Rig Garden Centre is, and that's as far as it can go, and you can't actually drive any further. As we can see, there's quite a distance from there to there. And it doesn't look like there's any footpaths from there either. So that means I've got to go a rather different way. That's my bike, fully loaded with electricity. Phone charged to about 70%. Microphone, probably charged. Eggs in the rucksack. I've barely got going, and already you can see where the destination is. So from Wildhouse Lane, we can see just up there that those are the wind turbines in question. Just over there is Todmorden, or Walsden, where the entrance would be if it had an entrance, but the actual entrance by road is over that way. It might be there actually. You've got to go up through Rochdale, through Whitworth, Shawforth, not Shawforth, through Shawforth. And then there's a track that takes, obviously they've all got roads because they needed vehicular access, didn't they, to have them built. Well, that's the not particularly exciting part of the journey over with already, because I'm already at Wardle Reservoir. Look at that. It's a bit like Hollingworth Lake, but on the top of a hill. Honestly, this bike just makes things so easy. Just all the way up here, didn't stop once except for some traffic lights. Hills, just you pedal up them. You have to pedal, you still need some sort of, you still have to exercise to a degree, but it's just a doddle. It's probably worthwhile me saying that I'm still not exactly prepared, because it's a lot colder than I was expecting. No gloves on, should have gloves on to protect your hands if you fall off, and because your hands get really cold. No glasses, could do with glasses. If it's any warmer, you just end up with insects in your eyes, and when you're going at a decent speed and you have an insect fly in your eye, it's not particularly nice. Obviously I've got my helmet on and my rucksack with my eggs and a drink, but I think it takes a bit more than that. The other thing is I wanted to make some sort of camera mount, and I started doing that, but I just wanted to crack on really, because those wind turbines, they are quite a bit closer now, but they do take a lot of travelling to before you actually get to them. Just ridden another mile up this cobbled road, which isn't very comfortable at all. It's probably time I actually just checked I'm on the right track. Yes, I am. Obvious really, wasn't it? Quite a lot of sheep knocking about. Let's hope there aren't any cows. Now here we arrive at a fork in the road. Do I go left or do I go right? Those people are going off-road. I can't really do that. Apparently I'm going right. It doesn't really look like there's much of a road going up there though. I might become a bit stuck. I am anticipating getting a bit stuck. Oh, look at this. Rochdale with Manchester directly behind it. Let's see if we can get a good picture of that. Yes. Pity it's not a bit clearer. Now, I've found this with wind turbines before, that you actually don't even know how close you are because they're so big that they look like they're close, or they look like they're far away. Well, they look like they're close, but then you just carry on going and they just carry on. and they just get bigger and bigger and bigger until eventually you get to them. But I mean, I'm close enough to be able to hear them. What I can hear is just the wind flapping off the blades. Long causeway packhorse route. This uncovered packhorse route is a long causeway. This exact path can be used to... Oh gosh, wow. But look at it. It looks perfectly okay to walk up, but to ride up, oh gosh, it looks a bit tricky to me. All I can do is give it a go. No, I cannot ride up that bit. I've had to push up this bit. Gee. Oh. They won't even stand up here, so resting on the grass. That is much trickier than it looks. Maybe on a proper mountain bike with really low gears, but even with electric power, it's just not working. So I've had to push up quite a way at that, and that's more tiring than riding up it because the bike's heavy. Anyway, I'm not going to have a break, and a proper break, until I get to the top. There we go, I've achieved something. I've ridden up the packhorse way. Well, I've ridden up some of it, and I'm at the top where the wind turbines live. So I'm going to go and visit a couple of them. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, there's 11 of them. Oh, and then, that can get a bit more elevation. Look where that van's going. Wow, that van's going right the way to the top of the hill. Looks like we're taking the easy route home, I reckon. So I think I'll go over to the furthermost wind turbine, where I'll be able to see Blacksnatch. I can already see Studley Pike over there. Have my eggy lunch and a drink, and then set off back home. The long way. Really. Look at the speed of those blades are, the tips of the blade. Just a guess, but I reckon about 70 miles per hour, maybe less, but maybe more. T5. I'm going to rename this wind turbine. Yep, you'd think I'd go for Arnold, or a girl's name like Rachel, but instead it's... I'll write it down for you. It's amazing just how far away these wind turbines are from each other. The pylons that line up, they look really cool in video, those do. Oh yes. I'm sure they're not all the same size, these turbines either, because this one looks bigger than the first one I went to. I think the fact is, a couple of hours to come out to explore this is quite long enough. This at the top now may well be the ultimate picnic spot for me. What? I mean, what a view. above the wind turbines now, ever so slightly. I just think they're so majestic. Yeah, you're majestic. See, you can see the distance there, Hollingworth Lake, and the viaduct, and then the reservoir went round, water reservoir, Kingsway Industrial Park, and beyond that we can see bits of Oldham. Into the further distance we can see the Peak District and Manchester way over there, with Rochdale in the foreground. And if it was a clear day, gosh, this would be fantastic. It really would be. And then Knoll Hill in the distance over there. With the, come to think of it, the wind turbines, some near the top, are at the same kind of height as Knoll Hill anyway. And I have been up there. I've ridden up there on just a mountain bike. It was a tough ride. This one's been an easy one. The only thing is the time's gone by so quickly. I don't really see I've got much time to actually stop for my lunch. And today's lunch is boiled eggs and a little French beer that I managed to open by using a 7mm spanner. I mean, you couldn't possibly be accused of drink riding with one of these, because I only did it. It's going to take 2 seconds to drink it, and yes, of course, I will take the bottle with me. Thank you very much for joining me on this trip out. It's been absolutely fabulous. I just think next time I should make a bigger day of it, but this is the weekend and I've used my usual allotted time to go off and do my own thing on a Saturday, and this is what I've chose. So thanks and bye-bye. That was brilliant. I really enjoyed that. That was 18.3 miles, which obviously isn't really that long, but consider some of the terrain. Some of that terrain's quite tough, and well, yeah, I forgot to finish that video, so this is the end.